When we started using Multimin in our cow herd, we saw a significant decrease in our sickness in calves. Our summer type pneumonias that guys have to fight with when you turn them out on grass, those calves that get sick and get a summer pneumonia, and then treating them on grass is very difficult. We eliminated those almost 100%. Scours, respiratory disease in young calves, that are 2, 3, 4 weeks old, we've eliminated that probably close to 100%. That's what we really drug it into our clients for too, and said, hey guys, look at this. This is what we're seeing. Try this year and see, start out with the 1 cc on the calves, then do it at branding. Let's see how it works for you. And it just sold itself, I mean, we're not in the business to sell drugs. We're in the business to do a service and to make things better for our clients so they can make more money. And Multimin is something that we have that's a service available to us and a tool that we can use with our clients so they're able to make more money, have less labor input, less sickness, less death, and problems like that.
Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. On today's show, we learn about an injectable trace mineral supplement that's taking the cattle industry by storm. Multimin is rapidly boosting the trace mineral status of cattle, and producers across the country are pleased with the results. We hear from industry leaders about the product, as well as take an inside look about why you should be using Multimin on your herd. Here's more on our story.
Last year we had the worst drought on record, I think they said in 120 years in this area, 2 to 3 inches of rain in a 12-month period. This pasture we're standing in now, it looks green. Last year never greened up, brown, burnt. A lot of guys in this area and surrounding areas really suffered through that and can understand that. And it really made an impact on our cow herds and our heifer programs. Our pregnancy rates were way down, breed bracts were way down. Cattle they were trying to survive and get by with what nutrients we could put in front of them. We continued our Multimin program because we just kept everything on base like it was. And we were really surprised come preg check time in late summer, early fall for our clients that the clients that were using Multimin, we saw about a 5% open rate, which was the normal, maybe a few percent higher than normal. Clients that didn't use Multimin, or people that now were clients that weren't clients before and weren't on the program, they were anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20% opens on their cows and heifers. Our worst problem was second calf heifers. Second calf heifers are the hardest animals to breed back because they're still trying to grow. They just weaned a calf. There's a lot of things going on in their body, and we didn't have the nutrients for them. We had 120 second calf heifers ourselves that we calved out and kept back, and out of those second calf heifers, we had a 92% breeding rate, which was phenomenal considering the best that we saw out of preg check time on second calf heifers was 63%.
Multimin 90 is a balanced aqueous injectable trace mineral supplement containing 60 milligrams of zinc, 10 milligrams of manganese, 5 of selenium, and 15 milligrams of copper. Multimin 90 rapidly boosts the trace mineral status of cattle. Iowa State University studies indicated that Multimin provides additional trace minerals in the blood from as early as 8 hours post-injection. These additional trace minerals are then repartitioned to the liver from 24 hours after injection. The trace minerals are then released from the liver and provides additional enzymes over the control animals in the trial, which is significant as early as 15 days post-injection. Depending on mineral status of the animal before the Multimin 90 treatment, there was a significant elevation of trace mineral levels in the liver for about 30 to 60 days after Multimin 90 treatment. Enzymes that use these trace minerals as cofactors are produced from 24 hours following injection, and we see increased levels running out as far as 90 to 120 days post-injection. Multimin, being an injectable trace mineral supplement, bypasses antagonists in the diet. Example, sulfur from molasses, water and distiller's grains, molybdenum and iron, as well as being an effective way to manage low and variable feed intake and thus low and variable trace mineral intake.
We run a registered Hereford and Angus operation here, and we calve around 500 calves total each year, about around 150 Angus calves and almost 300 Hereford calves each year. We market our bulls primarily through our bull sale, which is at the last Monday in February of each year. We just had our 32nd annual bull sale. Next year will be number 33. Also in the fall we have a female sale where we sell approximately 20 kind of show heifer prospects and donor prospects, and also around 10 bred heifers on the Hereford side. We feel that the use of Multimin has prepared the cattle more for a stressful situation that they might occur, whether it be environmental changes or by going through an auction or a sale, or stressing the cattle in terms of transportation or whatever it might be. We feel that because of the use of Multimin, that it has prepared those cattle to meet those challenges that they might face.
We started using Multimin 3 or 4 years ago and started incorporating it into our regular vaccination program. We've been able to incorporate Multimin in several different aspects of our program. I guess one of our key areas is in early calving season. We start the 1st of January, and a lot of times we'll go through some adverse weather at that time. And so we start when we tag and process our calves and weigh them at birth. We've started to use Multimin for the last 3 or 4 years with 1 or 2 mils of Multimin at that time. This seems like it gets those calves off to a good start, and we found that we've had very little sickness in those calves, nothing really scour related to speak of, and those calves seem like they get off to a good start nutritionally. That carries out throughout their lifetime.
Multimin 90 is not a replacement for dietary trace mineral supplementation, but supports a well-designed oral feed program that follows NRC recommendations and legal selenium limits to help optimize reproduction, immunity, and vaccine response in cattle. We have more on our story when we return. You're watching The American Rancher. Stay with us. Welcome back to The American Rancher. For years, cattle producers have tried products to better their herd reproduction, immunity, and vaccine protocols. With the use of Multimin products, they're finding success in the results they're seeing.
We use Multimin in our reproduction program, primarily on our replacement heifers when we get ready to start AIing in the spring, and we incorporate it with our protocol when we put the seeders in the females 33 days prior to breeding. We give our heifers a shot to Multimin. In addition to that, we use Multimin on our donor cows for our ET program and also our recipient cows. And we feel that we've seen a significant jump in reproductive rates and pregnancy rates in our embryo program because of the use of Multimin. We use Multimin on our baby calves when they're born, and we feel that it's an important piece of the puzzle in terms of our protocol to get the calves on into the branding season. We feel that the use of Multimin when they're babies helps increase our immunity and treat less calves through the springtime and through the kind of the harsher conditions of winter months. And once we get on into branding, we feel that because we have used Multimin when they're young, that it makes our vaccination program work stronger as well.
Well, we're, I guess, a pretty intensive mineral program with the breeder mineral as well, and feel like that the Multimin just is a reassurance that the calves and the cows are getting the additional trace minerals that they're needing, and I guess our business, being in the purebred business, is very competitive. You want to have those calves have every chance that they can to be able to gain, and also the reproduction rates are where we're needing them, and so we just feel like that the Multimin is kind of a reassurance that we're getting the most and the best performance possible from our cows and calves as well.
My name's Todd. Along with my wife Chris, we own and operate Green Mountain Angus Ranch out of Rygate, Montana. We run about 800 registered Angus cows. We've been using the Multimin for about 7 years. We first heard about the product from our embryologist, who recommended that we give our recip cows a shot. We did that 30 days prior to putting eggs in. Had a real good conception rate that year. So we've been kind of using the product ever since. We did some research on it, talked to our veterinarian, talked to a few nutritionalists in the area. They thought the product would work real good for this area. Central Montana is kind of known to be a little bit deficient in copper, and Multimin has a high level of copper in it, so that was one of the reasons we started using it. We've seen results with the product. We've increased our conception rates on our AI program 5 to 6%. We've seen less sickness in our calves. Since at weaning, we give the calves a shot at weaning. The calves seem to wean off better. We've seen less foot rot in them, less, like I said earlier, a lot less sickness in them. We give our cows Multimin 2 times a year. We give it pre-breeding and pre-calving.
Hey, well, I was at a national cattlemen's meeting in San Antonio, I believe, and Dave Michaelgard told me that there would be some real benefits in using Multimin on baby calves, a 1 cc injection right at birth, and so we tried that. We had our first calf heifers. We had about 250 first calf heifers at the time that we could do it to. We could give them the shot. And we gave them 1 cc and then marked them with a tag with their mother's number. And from there we found out that those cattle were a lot more healthy. And so from that particular little experiment, we went to where we're now trying to give every calf that we possibly can Multimin. We've also this year, we can't, on this ranch, we can't watch all the calves being born. So the best we can do is try to give some Multimin to their mothers before they're born. And we think it helps for sure. It definitely helped on those heifers calves that year, because the cattle that were next to them and in them had some problems where the cattle that were being vaccinated with the Multimin seemed to escape a lot better than the others.
Multimin is indicated for use in beef cows 30 days before calving and again 30 days before breeding. It's recommended in calves at birth, at 3 months of age and weaning, or when preconditioning. In stock or feeder cattle at receival. Multimin is indicated for use in adult bulls about 45 to 60 days before breeding season or BSE. In developing bulls at weaning and again 90 days later. It is important to read the label and to administer Multimin 90 according to the label dose and recommendations. Always follow BQA guidelines. Multimin 90 is a prescription required product, so please consult with your veterinarian.
What we're doing is we're doing some unscientific, I would call them field study type trials right now, using Multimin every other load on some high risk to ultra high risk cattle to see if it increases our response to the vaccine and to see if it's helping us get a better response up front. You know, the results so far look pretty good. You know, there's not a lot of data that we've recorded other than just field study, observations, cowboy observations. But what we're seeing though is the fact is that these cattle do respond better to the vaccines, seem to, you know, not break as quick or break as hard as the other cattle that aren't receiving it. In terms of death loss and in terms of pulls and repulls, you know, the number difference is not really a large or significant number, but we are seeing that the cattle seem to respond better and don't require, you know, a revaccination quite as fast as the cattle that do not receive the product. You know, I'd say the first thing, a benefit of using Multimin in a feedlot program or a, you know, stocker feeder type program is enhanced immune system. We know that the microminerals in that product enhance immune system, you know, and what they can do for the immune system. I mean, you can read the data and the studies and all the work that's out there on that product, and it just tells you what it does. People do it themselves. Those products on the market like Airborne and stuff that help, that's the same kind of microminerals in there that we see in Multimin. What we're doing is we're trying to increase the immune system of this calf, because we've never saved an animal with antibiotics. We've just helped them along so their own immune system can take care of it and save them themselves. So Multimin is one of those products that allows us to make that immune system stronger so we don't have to use as many antibiotics, we don't have to use as many treatments, you know, we don't get as many chronic animals or as many dead animals. For us, the cost factor of Multimin is really not even an issue with a lot of our producers, because the fact is they see the cost benefit of it. They know what the return's going to be. We don't have to have an ad that says you're going to return, you know, 40 to 1 on your product or something like that, because they see the decreased pulls, they see the decreased sickness, the decreased summer pneumonias. They see the cows that breed back better. Maybe before where their pregnancy rate was sitting at 93%, now it's at 96%. That extra 3% makes a lot up in their mind that it doesn't take much in a $1,000 to $1,200 calf market, you know, to pay for a product really easily.
In retrospect, sales data from 2016 showed that adding Multimin 90 to any Superior Livestock Auction preconditioning program added more value to the seller than when not treating cattle with Multimin 90. In Colorado, the 400 to 499 pound and 500 to 599 pound steer groups made $1.52 per 100 pounds and 85 cents per 100 pounds more, respectively, when adding Multimin 90 to the preconditioning program. In Oregon, the 400 and 499 pound and 600 to 699 pound steer groups made $5.03 per 100 pounds and $5.76 per 100 pounds more, respectively, than when not adding Multimin 90 to the preconditioning program. In Florida, adding Multimin 90 to the preconditioning program of 500 and 599 pound steers added $7.21 per 100 pounds. Now, the disclaimer is the Superior Livestock Auction data is represented over all 12 months of cattle sold through Superior Livestock Auction during 2016 for each represented state and cattle category. I want to thank you for joining us today for a very informative show. If you want to learn more about Multimin, please visit their website, multiminusa.com. That's all the time we have today. To learn more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or find us on Facebook. We'd love to connect with you. I'm Pam Minnick for the entire American Rancher team. As always, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.